Hello everyone, how are you all doing? So, I'm Anna Vanila and I welcome you to my channel Anna Vanila Arts, and where I share a lot of crochet and knitting things. So please subscribe and stay tuned and put likes and comments below about my patterns, stitches and all sorts of things that I do for you. So for today I've got this new interesting stitch, knit stitch. So I use 5mm needles, acrylic yarn, and as you can see, it's quite a pretty, very beautiful stitch, very beautiful knit stitch. You can do whatever you fancy, whatever you'd like, cardigans, all sorts of other things that are so very in right now, and you can just do anything, even for summer, even for winter, it does not matter. This pattern suits beginners, and I decided to share it with you because I loved it so much. I thought I'm going to release it on my channel, and hopefully you're going to like it and you'll watch it and put likes and so on. So thank you very much for watching. Let's begin. So the first loop we do not need, we pass it on to the right needle like so, and what we do, we knit one purl stitch, one front stitch, and the same we do on the back, one front stitch and one purl stitch, so the other way around. And then on the third round we have to make from 1 3 loops. For now we just knitted it with a purl stitch, so this is the first row, purl stitch, front stitch, purl stitch, front stitch, purl stitch, front stitch, purl stitch, front stitch, and so on. This row has 4 rows. This stitch has 4 rows. And the last one is a purl stitch always, and we knit it. So we do not need the first loop. We see a front stitch, as you can see. So we knit it with a front stitch, we see a purl stitch, we knit it with a purl stitch, front, purl, front, purl, front, purl stitch, and it's identical to elastic band. If you are aware of jumpers, if you ever made jumpers or anything like that, you need an elastic band, and this is the last is purl stitch. So this is exactly like an elastic band for 2 rows. And then what we do is we do not need the first loop, we do purl stitch, then with the right needle we put behind the front stitch like so, and we grab the yarn from behind to the front, and then we make yarn over, with the finger so it doesn't slip, and then we knit this loop together. So we make from one loop we do 3 loops. Next one is a purl stitch. Again we see a front stitch. So behind the front stitch we grab the yarn, hold it, and then we do yarn over, hold it, and then this loop we knit it also. So purl stitch, and we make 3 loops. Purl stitch, and then behind the front stitch we grab the yarn, do the yarn over, and then with a front stitch we knit this loop. Okay, purl stitch, then again behind we grab the yarn, yarn over, and then we knit this loop which we hug in the beginning, then purl stitch, and then behind the front loop around we grab the yarn over, and then we knit this actual loop which is which we hold and work behind it. So purl stitch, and then behind the front stitch yarn over, and we knit this one. Purl stitch, behind, we knit this last stitch, and then purl stitch, and then the last loop is always purl stitch. So this is 4th row now. This is on the back. This is a, we do not knit first loop, and this is the 4th row on reverse of work. So this is a wrong side, and what we need to do is when we see a front stitch we knit it as a front stitch. When we see a front stitch we knit front stitch. Then when we see 3 purls, like you get yarn over here, you get all those loops that we've made in the 1st row, no, on the 3rd row, and now we put the yarn in front of us and we knit these 3 loops. It's a bit slippery for me. So we grab these 3 loops that we've made and we make 1 loop with a front stitch, no, purl stitch, sorry. So front stitch, we see 3 purl stitches, we knit 3 stitches as 1 stitch as a purl stitch, front stitch, 3 together, front stitch, 3 together. Make sure it's not too tight because it will be complicated to knit it. So 3 together, then front stitch, 3 together, front stitch, 3 together, front stitch, 3 together, front stitch, and purl stitch, which is the last one. Now we repeat 1st row, 2nd row, 3rd row, and 4th row. So what we we knit identically to an elastic band. So we see a purl stitch. So I've forgotten to mention that I've got 19 loops, 19 stitches. Obviously, to do this pattern you need to know how to cast on. This is a tutorial which you can watch and then do this pattern, continue doing with this pattern. And so I need it as a purl stitch, front stitch, purl stitch, front stitch, purl stitch, front stitch. This is the first row, and then the second row, it's what you see is what you need. So front stitch, purl stitch, front stitch, purl stitch, front stitch, purl stitch, and then we repeat the 3rd and the 4th row. So, and we will achieve such a stitch, which is, in my opinion, is stunning, is amazing. I've never seen it anywhere else. It's so unique and so pretty and so easy to make, easy for beginners. So why not for us to knit something pretty with it and do crop tops and all sorts of other things, pullovers and all sorts of things that you may want to do. And if you do, please send me your works so I can be happy that you've used my tutorial for it, and I'll be happy that I'm doing something useful for you. So thank you very much for knitting with me, and hopefully this pattern will give you good and creative results. So I wish you luck in your creations, and see you soon in my next videos. Bye.